Greetings, Afterlifers, and welcome to our first look into The Killing Stone, a card-based game from the developers over at Question. This looks like to be their fourth game that they made. Just trying to confirm. Yeah, it looks like it's to be like their fourth game to be made. Um, they made a game called The Blackout Club. It's released in 2019, which I did see a few people play in the past. And then there was the more mixed review of South Park Snow Day. But yes, this is another card game. Hopefully, it doesn't have any gambling features, because we had like a weird streak of card games that have actually been legitimate. Like, oh, there was um we played things like Stabjack and Clover Pits, and all great games, mind you. This game does not have a release date, but this is actually really cool. But I didn't expect it to. I never thought Thous come this far. I still did not. Oh, okay. Interesting that you can actually have two different. For the sake of my sanity, let's go with modern English. And it looks like there is a already. Oh, it looks like this looks like to be controller support by the looks of it. Is in it's a new run. You know what that means? It's a roguelike, isn't it? Oh, actually, there's no indication. Huh. Interesting. So I wonder why have it called the have it why is it saying new run, you know? Ooh. Let me turn down the volume here for a bit. Look. I'll walk. Your tongue wants use, approach and speak on.
Wants use, approach and speak on.
Oh.
I am, to your every whim, a subject. But as wise men will one day say, in the beginning was the act. If you crave such action.
This is considered. You approach the figure with uncertainty, trying in vain to orient yourself in this encompassed dark. Written, Wittenberg College, your office, was it not? A mysterious postal left on your desk within a box strangely familiar. Numbly, you had skimmed the receipt, retaining nothing beyond. A state of Markin Svangard. Heron as the deceased. Your ancient mentor dead, and her shadow. False and true seems to rateless equivocations. She left this box to you. On instinct, you reach for the class in an uncanny light, which seems somehow
From
to
time's iron vice, you emerge, uncrushed. All hail and welcome. Do you have a soul? Already between you and Markin, you are the fun one. Now, in all of your mortal world, there is but one game worth the candle. If you would play, ask yourself this. Have you the skill? Have you the will to beat the devil? If you knew how many times I have heard a yes, you would stand
So,
amazed.
so instead of a violin off, it's a card game. So this is okay. All right, let's see.
Here is the table, and here the game. In this place, we play for souls. Here is my wager. The soul of Markin. You hereby swear to be final executor of your late mentor's pact, and in all unresolved trials or contests, play on her behalf.
Okay, so she lost, so we're taking over to retrieve her soul.
You bear my eye, bequeathed by your dead witch. It shall serve as your stake in this good faith test of your credentials, and keep us both honest.
Okay.
Now, prove yourself no imposter. Face Valravin, first familiar to learned Markin, and confirm you are truly her pupil.
One thing I will say is that they need to have a, like, an auto dialogue. And it's stuff like this is like a, you know, obviously pause. Okay.
Now, by all the eyes of hell and heaven, are we to each unto the other bound. Until the trial's done, and game be won, let no mortal soul from this table rise.
Okay, Pibwood hops forward, and Albino Corvid. Okay. Okay, the ritual binds you and the demon together in contest by contract. Click on the battle above your lupe to begin. Median. Okay. To win the contract value, you must reduce the heart to appearance eye to 0. If you reach 0, you lose. Yeah, I kind of figured that out. Okay. When you run out, you can end your turn. Okay, so this is the placement phase. Okay, enter. End. Continue. During resolve, creatures attack and deal wounds equal to their strength to the first non-ally they face. Player resolve. Okay, 2, 3. Ooh, one more. The Fang Hella divides the board. You can only place creatures on your side and vice versa. Well, I kind of figured that out. And then they attack too. And then Morthals. And so if you extend your unspent one, we'll go over next turn. Okay. Straight into the point. Okay. But such minions are an only aspect of the Great Advocate. Proceed to the next battle. Okay, so it's gonna get a little. I'm assuming by the end of this line, we'll get even more like diversified minions that do different things. Inside is a wound preview. Place a creature on the battle line to see the preview changes. Okay. The damage seen here will happen during the resolve phase and your turn to see it happen. End of AP. Okay. The demon played a new kind of creature. Focus on it to see its details. Bypass the first asset in front of it when attacking. Yep, overreachers. So it can attack the heart automatically. Okay. Alright. I suspect that there will be an overreacher that can so basically it's they took a little they took a bit of a note from a Darkest Dungeon all about lanes, right? So I suspect that, and I'm just saying this just because Darkest Dungeon is a lane battle game, right? But I suspect that there will be a creature at some point within this game that depending upon where they're at. So if they're in the third row, they do damage to your health or to the back line, right? Maybe buffer, heal, perhaps. Spark Identification is a spell that affects the board, but this isn't placed on it. Select Spark. Yep. Sparked on the eye now. Okay. Well, there was another thing I wanted to know is the okay, we got the unit part figured out, and now I was wondering like, okay, we we keep talking about the lanes and the units, but what about other things like oh, things that we can attack the enemy directly, right? The rest of your hand is all the thralls, which seems unlucky. Select the draw pile to see if you got anything better waiting. This shows you in random order when the deck is empty. The graveyard reshuffles it into... The graveyard reshuffles into it. Use the back button to leave. Okay. Draw 5 cards. Oh. Okay, we have 2 more. Oh, and you can undo the moves too. Well, that's nice. I'm actually kind of surprised they even... Oh, there's actually speed here? I didn't even know that. Wow. Wow, a lot of accessibility here. Hello. Didn't expect that. Yep, there we go. Huh. Alright. Burn shrub seeds or just your devilish show. Let's go through all this pomp. The somewhat sing-song. Is your one good eye too damn old to see this guess our maven or I am not me?
Beak, ghost-feathered wretch. You speak with your mistress's mouth, yet listened not. She made this exam a condition of these items' release. And rhyme no more, squab, unless you match silence to itself. My cap could use a new plume. Agreed. We may commune in comfort now, if you like. To me, you are the shape of joy made flesh. To be matched at last, sweet sinner to the sin. The late Marican named you her pupil. Should you, by this ritual trial, prove yourself the one chosen by the witch, then like that box, I and all the world will open to you. The second ritual test awaits, unless you've any questions.
Okay. Okay, temporary boon. Okay. Here you can choose a boon, special effect that will help you until the ritual ends. Boons stack with each other, so it's always better to take one if offered. Okay. Combat starts. And that's the boon, okay. I recommend this, by the way. I mean, what they have here is very... Everything is very thought out. Again, the only thing... I'm surprised it's not... There's no tag for roguelike. This is clearly a roguelike. But then again, I haven't lost a round, so I can't really tell you if, like, the pathing is different. But, but yeah, no. In my honest opinion, no. I am gonna wishlist this, because this is fun. This is fun. You know, to some it may look like it's like a simple, like, oh yeah, just whoever has the better deck wins, right? But I think, though, the biggest issue with card battle games is that they all feel the same with the same attention. And it's like it's missing something. It's missing something. And I don't know what that missing something is, but I think the Killing Castle, the Killing Stone, sorry, the Killing Stone, I think, has, might have found that missing, ingredient, or at least has broken the mold of card battler games. You can place any creature reserve, yes, of course. Okay, we have our own overview character. So the thought of our protection. Okay. Until, unlike the creature on the battle line, the host himself is an attack or get hit in combat, and your turn is you see your attack. Okay. Ooh. Ow. Oh, and they take over the line. Okay, cool. Some creatures have special abilities when deployed from reserve, like Anchor of Faith. Play it play it in the Comet Archer's Reserve now. Okay, Anchor of Faith. Okay. So you can combine elements here, which is really nice to see. Okay, let's see. Oh! Invisible means this effect applies to the enemy eyes, so in this case, thorns will strike your creatures and your Maven Eye. Oh. Ow. There we go. Alright, here we go. Boss battle. Are the bosses harder? Oh. Alright. Aggression is a chance which you played in reserve and are discarded when they hit the battle line. Okay. So it increases the attack. Okay. Every creature on the battle line loses 1 attack. Okay. Every creature on the battle line loses 1 attack. Okay. Alright. Oh, I almost had it. Almost had it. Ugh. Then... Okay. I was a little worried there for a second.
You're no pretender, then. A true maven, and pupil of the infamous Mardikin. Indeed, in every hand you play, I see hers. Now ends the casual joust. and begins the duel. Your witch believed you could outgamble me. As upon a stone in earth redoubted, break my back upon your will. Match me, in whose blood the first ever pact was penned. At your journey's end, seek me out, and we shall see.
If I were between the elder child and myself, your pain would be well lit. Holding to face him against true enemies, I'm afraid. If I don't soon enough, you'll miss the warmth of this first fond embrace. Follow me. Okay. And so ends the demo, I'm assuming, right?
To my apprentice, my sin eater, and my final friend. In death, I must ask one last favor. That fateful game I once taught you is not yet won. I wagered all and lost more still. Now, I fear, your art must exceed my own. The Svanguard family stands at hazard now, and the house means to collect. Go to them, Maven. Seek out my kinsmen in their exile, and shield them from my wretched curse. You need not love them, but even the worst of us deserves a better fate than this. And Maven, to make my meaning plain, it is you alone whom I entrust to beat the devil. Mariken Svanguard.
Alright, sorry about that, I had to. Alright, so here are my thoughts on the game so far. Yeah, it's straightforward, you know. You have to save your mentor from the devil, essentially. But I'm assuming along the way you have to contend with his servants or with others to prove that you are really her pupil. And of course, there's gonna be things are gonna get harder and harder and harder as things progress. But no, this was really well thought out. It runs nicely. It plays nicely. I'm not sure what this means. It could mean that this is easy difficulty, and it's like, okay, you're gonna beat the run no matter what. I guess. I don't know. They didn't ask for an explanation to that. But yeah, this game does not have a release date. But so far, the reviews have been very positive for this demo. So Question might have a hit on their hands here. Especially in the card battler scene. But if you enjoyed this first impressions look into the Killing Stone, then leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this first impressions look, then check out the other first impressions I've done here on the channel, as well as the other content I have done on the channel. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye.